The thing I wanted to do differently this time is to give myself the time and the room to make mistakes. As a beginner, you're not going to learn until you watch yourself fail a million times. It really helped me overcome the fear of imperfectness, and I think that's the beauty of ceramics. Hi, my name is Bia. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'll be talking about everything I made in my beginner ceramics class. These are my pride and joy, my babies, my children. I'm going to be going over each of them in terms of the progress, my thought process. During my last semester of undergrad, I was lucky enough to enroll in the Fine Arts Department's beginner ceramics class. The course I was in had a lot of deadlines. It was very hard for me and kind of demanding mentally and energy-wise because everything I made had to center around like the coursework. I felt like it was really rushed. The thing I wanted to do differently this time is to give myself the time and the room to make mistakes, which is something that I didn't allow myself to do. As a beginner, you're not going to learn until you watch yourself fail a million times. My cat is literally like going crazy right now, but that's why I decided to pursue ceramics as a hobby, and I can't wait to share with you guys what I've made. This is probably a bad idea. I call these my superstar mugs. This was the first ever mug I've made. It's a white mug with pink underglazed stars and an underglazed pink swirl in the center of the bottom. I don't know if you could see, but on this part that connects the body and the handle, there's some really white spots, and that is because the handle of this mug actually cracked and I had to use fix. I'm still really proud of how I made this regardless. It was my first piece after like a year of not doing any ceramics. I'm not sure why I'm also so obsessed with stars. I just had an imagery of like stars on mugs and I really wanted to make a ton of it. There's also stars on my nails. Hee hee. So after that, I started to be more confident with handles, and this was the second mug that I made, which is a lot bigger. I love the color, I love the shape. It's perfect for like a little cup of tea, and this is what the inside looks like. This is the first time I've actually learned that you should make the handle and the body of the mug using the same block of clay, and that's how you can best avoid cracks. It matches my nails. The third mug I made is actually handleless. The vibe is very different. I was gonna put stars on it, but I forgot about it on my shelf. By the time I found it again, it was like in bone dry state. This is perfect for like fruits, yogurt, a little like side dish bowl, or like a tea bowl. I glazed it using a green matte glaze and a like kind of a runnier light blue / grayish white with some really interesting texture, and same for the inside. When I was looking for it on the glaze shelf, I found it in like a second because I remember the shape of my hand so well, and I could still feel the marks of my fingers pressing and pulling. So after that, I just started to do like a speed round of mugs. I don't really remember the specific order for when I made these. I named her the Strawberry Matcha Latte Superstar Mug, matte light pink glaze, and layered it with this glossy green glaze. The stars are all underglazes, such a cutie, and she just looks so nice, you know, so friendly. I call the next one the Midnight Superstar Mug. It kind of reminded me of the Starry Night painting, but this one is a lot simpler. I just use underglaze for the black stars and a blue glaze on top. This one is the biggest one in size, so it's a lot more hefty. The last mug is this one. This was actually kind of a glaze fail. I wanted to replicate how dark this brown is, but for some reason on that day the glaze wasn't working. It just didn't turn out as dark as I wanted to. She just still looks really special. I have two more that are in the studio because they're waiting to be re-glazed fire. Bowl mug and a little blue and yellow star mug. Now I'm gonna be talking about some of the bigger pieces. This is a vase that I made this using the coiling method. Sometimes when you leave out a piece for too long, it just dries up really quick, but luckily this one did turn out pretty well. I love how ununiform the top is, and it kind of also looks like a piece of rock. That's what I was going for. I mixed a caramel looking brown glaze with a matte white glaze that really looks like whipped cream. It's like the color of cinnamon rolls. I'm gonna name her cinnamon roll. Next up is this little wall organizer situation. This is actually the only piece where I kind of planned out. She's very thin. My proudest part is like how perfect this angle is. There's like this kind of little bandage thing, so you could actually put like a dry flower through here. And for the bottom part, you could put some figurines here. You could use it as like an incense holder stand, or you could put your keys or smaller jewelry here. My roommate actually really likes this. Maybe I'm gonna give it to her as a gift. I'll think about it. Naruto swirl spoon rest. They were just slab pieces that I cut out with a ribbed round cookie cutter. It's a pretty decent size. I actually made these because I wanted to give them out to my friends. They're pretty versatile. I feel like you could also use it as like an incense holder stand or like a saucer, or you could use it as like a little jewelry holder organizer. Put your favorite earrings on here. The hardest part about this was to do the swirl. Put a video here. This is how I made it. It was really hard. I made a ton of these star-shaped incense holder. They are very small and very handy. One of the corners actually broke off because my cat was messing with it yesterday, but it still looks really cute. These ones I made using a mix of red clay and white clay. It's really interesting kind of marbling effect. This is the texture that I came out with. I really wanted to make functional pieces. I just feel like that's something that makes me happy and I wanted to share with other people. That sums up all of my finished pieces. I have 2 unfinished pieces that I also brought home. Oh, this one is a long story. This is a star candle holder / altar situation. If you look closely, this is the candle holder part. Originally, there were stars all along the edges. Some motherfucker touched my piece and broke off all of the stars that were on the side. Anyways, I'm not going to find out who it is, but if I do, you better be careful. How cute is this? Imagine this like in your hallway or like in your bathroom, and you just light a candle in here and there will be beautiful star-shaped shadow casted around it on your wall. I'm going to make a new version of this for sure. I swear to God, if I find out who broke my piece, it will be the last of you. Just kidding. This is the real last but not least. I made another one of these rock-shaped vase, but this one like cracked a lot. You look at the bottom. Unfortunately, I made it too slowly, so the bottom part dried out way too quick. So this is also on the list for my next semester. Oh, and now I want to talk about why I chose hand building over wheel. I've never done wheel before in my life. The reason why I feel more naturally drawn to hand building is because I feel like it's a lot more tactile. I love asymmetrical and ununiform shapes. It really help me overcome the fear of imperfectness, and I think that's the beauty of ceramics. If you struggle with perfectionism, I would suggest you starting out with hand building because that's gonna literally change your brain chemistry. If you are thinking about starting ceramics, do it. And I hope my video was able to offer you some insight. I'm still a beginner, so I'm still learning a lot. I would also love to meet some fellow ceramic hobbyists. And if you are a ceramicist, regardless of your skill level, please comment down below so we could share our progress, share tips and tricks, and just talk about ceramics in general. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm so grateful that you're here. I'll see you in my next video.